Welcome to the Ultimate Magic Podcast, and thanks for tuning in. This podcast is brought to you by Gallen and Karen. In this podcast, we will be covering exciting topics on career and personal development, mindset, entrepreneur, and marketing. Let's get started.
Hi, Gallen. Thanks for spending time with us.
No problem.
So today is my turn to interview you about your freelancer journey.
All right. I'm so excited to share about this journey.
Same here. So, Gallen, could you please share with us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Okay, actually, I'm a copywriter who help business owners to write copy that elevates their brand, builds authority, and attract high quality clients. So for copyright, maybe a lot of people doesn't understand what is meant by copy. It's actually can be your advertisements, your Facebook ads, your landing page, website. Yeah, as long as written in words, that is called a copy. Yeah. So my profession as a copywriter is to help them, especially those business owners, right, to write copy that help them to influence, to attract, and also to capture people's attention. Yeah.
I still remember the other time when I first come to know you and you told me you are doing copywriting.
Yes,
so I was kind of curious. I thought, what kind of copywriting is like? Okay, you photocopy and then you write or what? So then I went to a website and I did a search lah. So finally I figured out what is copywriting. But don't you find it's a bit underrated? Because I have never heard copywriting before I know you.
Yes, actually, I also agree with you because let's say, last time before I even become a copywriter, right, I work in the corporate world. When I heard about this word, right, I always thought that copywriting is like a proofreading kind of skill. Like imagine you finish out a marketing campaign, then after that you have to proofread all the grammar mistakes before you even launch. So that is actually my mentality of what is copywriting like. But after I ventured into this skill, right, and pick up the knowledge, I finally realized that copywriting is actually a skill. You know, it's a writing skill. It's a very underrated skill that not many people know of it. Yeah, it's like to write to persuade. You know, persuade, influence, attract attention. Because whatever you see, I'll give you an example. You go to the public, right? You saw an ad outside, okay, maybe in a billboard or whatever, and that advertise a hamburger, buy two get one free. So all these are all copy. Yeah, it's all written in words. Yeah, so that's why I find it very fascinating after I know this skill. Oh, this is actually a very, very useful and powerful skill that everyone should know. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. By the way, I'm kind of curious. You remember the previous episode when you interviewed me?
Yes.
I mentioned about how I ended up exit from my 9-to-5 job. So
Yes.
I'm quite curious what ignite or spark that push you to become a freelancer yourself or solopreneur yourself.
Yeah, actually it's a very, very good question because many years back, right, during my corporate world days, I've been thinking of how to plan my retirement. Okay, like for example, like I'm thinking whether I should invest in stocks, dividends, ETF, all these things, or maybe CPF investment, because hopefully at the end of my old age, right, I'm able to retire. And also during that corporate years, I haven't really found out a skill that I like to learn and maybe grow as a competency. Yeah, because last time I was in doing more events, event management, training related kind of skills. So that's why only when last year during the COVID period, which is in April last year, I was spending most of the time at home watching video during my pastime, because we cannot go out, correct? So during that period, I happened to saw a video, okay, I think sent by my friend last time. Then it was a motivational video that how you make money online. Yeah, so that word make money online like keep me interest. Yeah, then after that I slowly watch the video and understand, wow, there are so many ways to make money online. Like you can be a digital marketer, you can be learning funnels, you can be a programmer, coding, all kinds of profession. And also one of the skill that that video introduced, right, is copywriting, and that sparks my interest, because initially I don't know what is this about copywriting. Then it's like saying, oh, actually you just need to know how to write, to influence, to persuade and track. Then you say, wow, is it very difficult to learn? But actually after a while I go and pick up and watch some videos related to copywriting and read some books, right? Then I became to hands-on, get the hang of it. I find that, oh, it's not actually so difficult at all. Because so recently I also pick up this good habit to write daily. Okay, every day I must write something. It's like a journaling, Like for example, you journal your daily life, like what's happening here and there. Then after that, you just need to write it down. Then as more and more you write, right, you become a very good storyteller, correct? Because all your daily life is full of stories, correct? Yeah. So, and that keeps me like hooked into it and become a strong interest and develop this as a profession. So after that, I left the corporate world and I wanted to venture into this skill set and become a professional in it. Yeah, so like to help businesses to write copy. Yeah, because I understand that a lot of copy nowadays, when you surf on the internet, right, some of them are not so properly written. Like it's just a very standard kind of business kind of feel, like very academic kind of writing, which I don't really like, because for me, I prefer a conversational. Like I write the way I talk, as a friend, then you can able to relate, right? Yeah, so that's how keeps me the sparks, and to ignite to want to hone it as a skill so that I can become more competent and earn more money and become, hopefully become financially freedom. In my older years. Yeah.
Yes, rightfully. Thank you so much, Gallen, for sharing. In fact, I kind of agree with you about the influencing. When you write, you should use the narrative approach. Yes. So this is the reason why I always ask people to write in first or second person rather, because it's more effective as compared to formal, because the formal usually they are too formal and nothing comes out in the end.
Yes.
The feel
Correct.
just not there. Allow me to backtrack a little. Just now you actually mentioned about you went and watched a video, right? Motivational video, and you said this is the spark to your copywriting. Now my question here is, why not other things? Because as you went online, you notice there are a lot of online things where you can make money. What is the reason that you only choose copywriting but not other things, like maybe write a book or something?
I would say, because firstly, as a copywriting skill, right, what I like about is the flexibility. That means you can work at home at any point of time, or even when you go holiday, you can just bring out the laptop and write. You just need a notepad, and your keyboard, to type. And also it so depends on your interests. Okay, like for example, if you ask me to become a programmer, right, that's not my interest. And also, in fact, digital marketing is also like it's a very wide spectrum of skills. Like it can be specialized in YouTube marketing, Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing. So it's like very, very, very wide and very broad. So I prefer to have a more niche skill that only concentrate on writing. Yeah, and in fact, like once I slowly build up this competency, right, I may even write a book about copywriting, like to educate the world. Why is it the most important skills that people should know about it, be it businesses or maybe individual? Because let's say for example, you are a marketer, right? You also need to learn a bit of the copywriting, because when you roll out your marketing campaign, right, if your words cannot influence, cannot sell, then what's the point of posting the ad? Correct?
Thanks a lot for this sharing. I'm pretty sure that viewer will be much benefited from what you just shared. I think it's 100% makes sense. I can tell, because personally I have the opportunity to actually read through some of your copywriting, and I can tell it is really very impressive, promising and impressive. Yeah, thanks for that. Now the next questions for you is, you see, all of us like freelancer or solopreneur or even entrepreneur, the moment when we step out from the 9-to-5 job, even myself, I used to have struggle the moment when I step out. For instance, like I'm kind of confused, don't know what to do, and I struggle whether I can how long I can withstand the situation, this and that. So could you share with us, like, what are your struggles? If I'm not mistaken, Gallen, you ever mentioned to me you become a freelancer for about 6 months now, right? Am I right to say?
Yeah, starting from this year, March, full-fledged, freelancer.
Okay, so what are the struggles? Would you mind to share with us?
Sure. Okay, basically, when I started out this career as a freelancer, right, there are a lot of things pondering my mind. Like, for example, I'm a newbie, right? I don't know what is entrepreneurship like. Okay, what's the journey like? Is it very lonely, or is it very tough? To walk alone in this journey, and what are the fears ahead, the uncertainties? Am I able to do well? Am I able to succeed? And am I able to grow my personal branding? All these things keep pondering my mind, before I even start. But thankfully, I asked a lot of my peers, my friends, my entrepreneurs, friends as well, so that they can give me good advice that, it's actually not easy, but it requires a lot of perseverance, mindset, especially like, for example, when I first come out as a copywriter, I also need to think of, whether do I need a website, to showcase to the business owner, what is my portfolio about, am I able to let them know I'm able to write? And also, do I need to start active in social media? And in fact, last time I was not actually very active in LinkedIn. Seriously, I was like, anybody else, introvert. And because I intended to find that LinkedIn is a very good platform for me to showcase my knowledge, the skill set. So I decided to take it a try, to do a first post, active post, I would say, in March 2021 this year. And in fact, it got me a lot of good results, because I told myself that I have to write almost every day. Okay, think of any topic that you like, be it stories or my daily life. Just plug and play and run.
Wow.
And engage with people, network with people, add connections, build relationship. So it was pretty an amazing journey. from 50 connection now to 300 plus, and it's still growing.
Wow.
Yeah, six times, really. Yeah, from 50 to 300 plus, and it's still growing. So I really thanks the LinkedIn community by giving me a chance to showcase my knowledge, my skills, and also to educate the world that how good is copywriting is. Yeah, they should take a note that it's a very important skill to learn, or maybe as treat as a knowledge, to know how to write good headlines, how to write copy that can able to attract people to even click on your advertisement, your campaign. So I do certainly agree with you, because once you're able to be more persistent and have a strong mindset, right, then you will slowly overcome all these fears as I did, and you will always think that the journey that you walk is well worth it. Because when you look back, right, all the things, all the little milestones that you have achieved, right, then you think that you feel very satisfied for such a good achievement. Like when I look back on my posts, right, in the few years I don't even dare to post a single thing. Then in March suddenly, one post then become regular until now, you see, like so frequent. Yeah, so it's a very amazing. I'm really thanks that I can know a lot of friends in LinkedIn as well. Yeah.
Well said. I'm not very sure whether my inputs will be useful for the audience. In fact, like what you mentioned, you enjoy the journey, and you said when you look back, and then it actually much worth it. For me, the input that I would like to just add in is sometimes freelancer like us, things of course is not easy, but what we can do is not to zoom into the difficult part. We just look in front and then just continue to walk. I mean, almost 10 years now, I have been out from 9 to 5 as discussed in the previous episode. In fact, this is the skills that I learned, and I find it very useful. You just don't look at all the so-called painful or whatsoever, because our brain is wired, it will amplify if you look at all this scary part. So I hope my input will be useful for some of them. Okay, next question is about, now what are the lessons learned since the day you step out from the 9 to 5 job as while you get into or get yourself involved into this freelancer job?
Okay. First thing is, because when you are having a 9 to 5 job, everything is well taken care of. Okay, like for example, you living paycheck by paycheck every month. Okay, and maybe you are working as a team. Okay, so that let's say if you are being handled a project, you can even ask your colleagues how to do, and how to collaborate with one another. But as I become a freelancer, there's only one thing that I need to do is to be independent. Okay, you must know where to find the resources yourself. Go and dig out whatever information you have in the internet, YouTube. Ask anybody, that you closer with, to ask them for help, advice, and also get the knowledge and apply immediately. Because if you just listen, read, watch video, and you are not applying the knowledge, right, then how can you grow your skill competency? Correct? So that's why being independent is very important, because the journey is you are working alone. Nobody is working with you. Correct? Yeah. I mean, not even your spouse, whatever. So if you really decided to go into this journey, you must really make sure that you need to learn to be independent. Know where are the resources are, your network, everything. Then feel free to ask them and collaborate with them. ask them for help, for advice. No, I'm sure that everybody want to give you the advice, that's a human spirit, right? Correct. We're helping each other grow what they need, here and there. And also, you need to be hungry for knowledge. Even until now, right, I'm still learning, you see, because learning never stops, right? Correct. Like, it doesn't matter when you are young or old, even when you're old, you still can pick up a skill, right? Because you know why? When you pick up a knowledge, okay, and become so competent to become a skill set, right? Nobody can take away from you. Correct? Yeah. So that's why I emphasize on having to grow your competency skill set. Doesn't matter how many skills you have. Now you can pick up digital marketing skills, funnel building skills, copywriting skills. Doesn't matter. It's all within you. Correct? Yeah. So as and when if anybody in the marketplace need that problem to solve, right? You can offer your skill set, right, to solve it because you learn it, right? Yeah, you gain experience through reading books, attending courses, watching videos, applying on your own business. Then after that, you slowly you learn experience and become wiser, right? What are the things that you don't need to do? What are the things that you need to do? Then you can even properly advise your clients, right? Yeah, so that's why having the growth mindset and independent is extremely important. And also, I also learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay, let me share a secret. Last time, I do not even dare to speak on the camera and talk, right? And now I started my YouTube channel. You see, so wow. Yeah, it's like amazing. I don't even know that I can talk in front of camera because you know why? I'm a very camera shy person, and it feels very awkward for me, right, to even talk in front of camera because it's not a human beings, right? And in fact, if we can do it, right, then I don't see why anybody cannot do it. Yeah, because for me, I'm the good example already. Introvert, I can open a YouTube channel, I can post everything on LinkedIn, become active. So you see a transformation. Yeah.
Yes, Gallen, I totally agree with you all those pointers because for me, I always told people around me, like when they come to me, they ask, hey, Karen, how do you survive like that? I mean, how can you just handle so massive things just on your own? And then how do you manage that? So to be honest, all the 3 pointers that you just mentioned earlier, those are the 3 habits that I use every single day. And I never really comfortable to rely on people because sometimes there will be a time delay there. So time itself is really something that very precious for all of us. Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Now, since I touched on the time, I would like to chat with you. For me, I can manage, right, for so many years. What about yourself? How do you manage your time?
Actually, after I come out as a freelancer, right, I do treat it like a 9 to 5 job. Okay, that means early in the morning, I on my computer and start to write, start to read some information, start to do some work, every day. And because you must adapt this habit as you are having a 9 to 5 job, then you'll be you won't think so much like whether am I wasting my time or not. So, and also I've read a lot of those gurus that they share that you should even time block your time. Okay, that means you need to have a productivity calendar to really plan from since the day you wake up and you work until evening or night time, that kind of schedules. Because you must understand, when you block your time, right, you will be able to achieve your goals, your tasks more efficiently and faster by having no interruption. Okay, let's say for example, when you're doing certain things, you block these 4 hours. I want to write 10 emails. Okay, I will block this time 9 to 12:30 or whatever, 3.5 hours. That's right. Off my phone. That's right. Okay. Then in the afternoon, maybe I plan to watch some videos and pick up some knowledge from there. Some pointers, and just use that to quickly apply. Because if you don't apply, right, you will tend to forget easily. Like those things that you read in the article, your magazines, then you find that, this is a very good point and good knowledge. But not many people will try to immediately use that knowledge, right, or quickly apply on your daily work. So that you can save your time, right? Next time, for example, if you learn how to maybe drive traffic, okay, or maybe boost your SEO ranking by tweaking some headline or whatever, then you just straight away apply on your website. Then you save time, right? You don't need to learn so much, right? Because the knowledge that you gather from all these resources, you can straight away implement it. Yeah, so that's why I always a big fan of blocking my time. Like for example, from morning, like you do exercise, here and there. Then after that, you do some writing, then reading. Then you start to do some work, whatever. Then at least at the end of the day, right, you will feel that you have achieved your little milestones. Yeah, because when you become a freelancer or maybe an entrepreneur next time, you need to measure your milestones. Those little things that you do, right, whether do you achieve anything or not, or you are just wasting your time, wasting your effort, we end up zero results. Correct? Then if you don't measure your little milestones, how are you going to achieve your desired dream next time? You see? Yeah. So what I see from this angle is we really need to treasure our time, because our time is that limited, So if you waste a lot of time doing other things that is not productive or doesn't contribute to your desired goal, right? You are just wasting all your effort. Like even 5 years, 10 years, you are still there, stagnant. Right? You cannot grow as a person.
So I just want to bring this to discussions that I think a lot of people, they do have the idea they wanted to do something or achieve something or even becoming a freelancer themselves, but often they might have continued to delay and not get into action. So having said that, right, I would like to ask you questions about the procrastination, because to me that's procrastination. For me, I treasure my time very, very much. I love my life because none of us, we know, right, our duration on earth. So this is the reason why every single minute, every single second is precious to me. So what is your approach to prevent yourself to procrastinate?
I would say is first thing you have to ask the reason why you start this journey. Okay, because if you have clarity in your mind, right, why you started this journey is because I want to achieve my financial freedom during my older years. Then you will look back and see whether your current actions that you do, okay, not all you're doing, is working towards to achieve your why. Okay, by also changing your daily habits. Okay, like for example, you need to do those things that you don't usually do. But let's say, for example, you decided to change to read more books, to acquire knowledge, gain some skill sets and even wisdom, so that to do those things that is necessary and eliminate those unnecessary tasks to achieve your desired why. Okay, then you also need to set goals. Your specific little milestones need to be, the SMART, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, all these things. So when you already have goals in mind, of course, okay, I give you a very analogy is a lot of people have goals. Like for example, I would say I want to lose weight, lose maybe 10 kilo in next year. So let's say, for example, you have this goal to lose 10 kilo next year. Have you ever looked back that when you reverse back your monthly goals and your daily goals, are you doing this to achieve your yearly goals? Because it's all linked. What you do daily will lead to achieve in monthly, and in the end, you achieve the yearly goal. Yeah. So when you look back, when you procrastinate, right? When you think back, if I want to lose 10 kilo next year, am I currently running daily, jogging or whatever, exercising, or maybe I only run once a month? Then how can you achieve, your yearly goal? When you procrastinate. Yeah. So that's why I always look back on to set some little milestones or goals and set a deadline. Okay, let's say for example, by 6 months later, I want to learn this knowledge and master this skill. Then you reverse engineer, right? What do you do to daily to achieve this milestone? So that you won't procrastinate. You always remind yourself, if I procrastinate, then I would achieve my yearly goal.
Wow, well said. I'm not as so precise. The goals by day, by month, by year. Somehow my approach is slightly different. But it will keep me on track. I think everyone, we are just different. Like earlier you mentioned about your approach is to wake up early, then after that you set 8 hours to do your things, just like go to 9 to 5. In fact, for me, I will sleep at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. kind of thing. So every day I will spend like maybe 15, 18 hours, something like that, depending on whether I got tasks to do. Sometimes the tasks can be very tiny. But then for me, I adopt the approach where all the tiny tasks, we should quickly resolve it, complete it, because this is a form of not to procrastinate as well. Do you agree?
Yes, agree.
Because if all these small milestones, if we cannot clear, means that it is going to delay. Then many times I realize it will add on stress to ourselves.
Yes, you will build up all the burden. Like, then like for example, I have to complete certain tasks by next week. I cannot. Then my tasks keep on piling up.
Yeah, just because of one milestone you did not clear. So one after another, then it will pile up. Yeah. Wow, Gallen, you're really very good. I mean, I have almost 10 years doing freelancer job and you can catch. So I believe you have already starting to have the gist of it, how the small milestone or even goals have to be cleared. Never procrastinate, right? Okay, one final question for you, Gallen. One advice for our viewer. What if someone step up from 9 to 5 and then try probably 2-3 months and got lost, don't know the direction? So what will be one advice that you can give to them?
I would still believe that before you even make this decision to really come out to be a freelancer, right, you need to have one important thing, which is clarity. Okay, because if your mind is not clear of what you want to do, and you'll feel very lost, because you do not need to take it so rushed to come out immediately and just do whatever things that people like to do. Yeah, so that's why when you even step up in this freelancer, you need to be very, very clear of who do you want to be. Do you want to be a famous website designer or UX engineer, or or maybe a professional digital marketer, copywriter, whatever? Then once you are clear that this is what you like, okay, what you do, what you be passionate for, then you go and acquire that skill set, knowledge, build up something first. Let's say, for example, go and learn some skills. Then you feel that, okay, maybe I'm very clear of what I want to be achieved in life. Then you slowly step up. Okay, then because you are very clear in your mind, like you won't look back and jump back to your 9 to 5 again. Yeah, because last time I do also coach some job seekers, and they also having the same situation, like loss of a sense of direction, their goals, like they don't know what they want to do, but sometimes they may miss out that they may have a passion or interest or skill set inside their mind that they may be great at it, but they don't realize the talent that they have until something strike or maybe apply, then you realize, actually I'm good in this. Okay, I'm a very good example. Okay, because nobody knows that I like to write. I obviously can't imagine I can become a copywriter, because all my past profession is all events related, training, or even industrial relations. Only recently, I start to feel that writing is pretty interesting. Maybe I should develop this skill set and read some books, apply, write daily. Then you realize that I'm having clarity in it. I think this is what I like. Let's do that. Venture out into freelancer and slowly build a business to become an entrepreneur, etc. So yeah, so that's why my greatest advice to all the people who really have no idea of what to do, be really clear on what you want to do first. Okay, maybe you look back, maybe I'm good in blogging. Should I explore it as a career, as a business? I like to read, I like to write, I like to help people to do website design, maybe EDM design, or even tuition. All these things are all skills, correct? So once you are very clear, then you move out. Yeah, don't move out before you are clear, or else you are just halfway hanging there and feel very lost.
Just like me.
Then after that, you have a lot of self-doubt, right? I really don't know what I do. Let's go back to 9 to 5 again. I'm sure you don't want to do that, right? Let's say if you really want to step up and move forward, don't look back. All these things, yeah.
Luckily, my mind very strong. So
I can sense that.
Hanging on. Yeah, but regardless, I really agree with you 100%, Gallen. I think all the viewers must know they have to think about what they want to bring to a table or bring to the market, so that the moment when they step out from 9 to 5, they actually know what they are offering. But luckily for me, because I have been a computer tutor before, so I can quickly just switch. This is a lucky part. Otherwise, probably I will step back to 9 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gallen, for your time spent and all the inputs here. we have come to the end of today's podcast. So thank you, Gallen, once again for all the insights. Really fruitful, and I learned a lot from you as well. I am pretty sure whatever we discussed today definitely will help all those who pondering around. Okay, in the next episode, we are going to continue to discuss about entrepreneur series. So please stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we have come to the end of today's topic, and we hope you enjoy this podcast. In the future, we will making more of these topics just to benefit you. So stay tuned for our next episode. See you soon.